Well, good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to all of our members and our guests tonight at the 116th Annual IMarEST Dinner here in this spectacular building, the Guildhall. I always regard this as the gathering of the clan because I've always considered the IMarEST to be very much the family, and this is the highlight of our year. Like all presidents of the Institute, when approached with the offer of this honour, there's momentary disbelief, remembering back 25 years, in my case, when we first joined the Institute. For me, having been rejected by the Royal Navy for being too thick, rather sensibly in retrospect, given the amount of trouble I subsequently caused them, I spent three very happy years messing about in boats in Plymouth before graduating in nautical studies and, of course, joining the IMarEST. These days, I'm not sure many graduate with an ability to determine their longitude using a sextant and astronomical tables, but back then this thing called GPS was still some newfangled technology for the future. Oh, how the fun has gone out of navigation. Like many of us in the room, I'm a member of a number of professional institutes, and you'll all recall the story of the IMarEST member, the IMechE member, and the IET member in a boat together when a wave hit them, washing them all overboard. Unable to get back into the boat, they decided that two of them would hold on to the boat, while the third would swim ashore to summon help. It was then that they noticed dozens of sharks swimming between them and land. Without a word, the IMarEST member took off. As she swam, the sharks moved aside. The IET member yelled, "It's a miracle!" "No," the IMechE member replied, "it's just professional respect." Reflecting back over my 25 years, no organisation has better represented my interests more fulsomely than the IMarEST and commanded that professional respect. And this sits at the heart of the Institute's first high-level goal set out in our 5-year strategic plan, promoting professionalism and technical leadership. Our second high-level goal is to be a high-performing organisation, delivering strong value. And here, I would like to pay tribute to David Loosely and his amazing team, who not only throw one heck of a party, but work tirelessly day in, day out on our behalf. I think you'll all agree with me that we are blessed to have such a dedicated team serving our interests. And that brings me to our third high-level goal, supporting the development and sustainability of the marine sector. Whilst the sustainability angle of this goal resonates with me as a marine environmental scientist by trade, it's the role of diversity in fulfilling other aspects of this goal that I want to focus on. I believe that diversity is what makes the IMarEST and underpins our objectives such as membership growth and retention, raising awareness of our sector, and in particular, inspiring the next generation. I actually believe our institute will live or die by its diversity. And of course, in many ways, we are a diverse organisation with members from government, international institutions, universities, industry. We're also diverse by discipline, as I illustrated last night in my president's address and wrote in my foreword for tonight's dinner. The marine world is interconnected like no other. And during my 25-year career, I've been constantly surprised how one part of my life has collided with another as the challenges we face cross diverse interdisciplinary divides. But diversity isn't just about different organisations or engineering, scientific and technology disciplines. It's about attracting the widest range of members possible. We are already very international, that's great. But female representation is simply too low. And my intention in my presidential year is to assist us in doing better during the course of 2019 and beyond. And I'm planning that we will celebrate a renewed commitment and progress on International Women's Day in 2020. We're also not encouraging enough young people to join us, a portent of doom if ever there was one. A few years ago, I was asked to talk to a class of primary school children following a visit I'd made to Antarctica with British Antarctic Survey. I am, by the way, very much looking forward to hearing Tim, a proper Antarctic veteran, speak to us later on his experiences down south. But every year I've been back to the school, inspired by the children's curiosity, and perhaps best illustrated by a few quotes from children who were asked to write about the ocean. James, age 7, wrote, "My dad was a sailor on the ocean. He knows all about the ocean. What he doesn't know is why he quit being a sailor and married my mum." Christopher, also 7, wrote, "Some fish are dangerous. Jellyfish can sting, electric eels can give you a shock. They have to live in caves under the sea where I think they have to plug themselves into chargers." Marine biology and marine electrical engineering in perfect symbiosis, I think. And Helen, age 6, wrote, "Mermaids live in the ocean. They're beautiful and I like their shiny tails. But how on earth do mermaids get pregnant? Like, really?" I think that's a great question. But look, if we can't excite children's imagination about the marine world, then shame on us. I challenge all of our members here tonight to seek out an opportunity in the coming year to engage with young people who will, ultimately, be the future of this institute. So now, before we enjoy our dinner together, it's my enormous pleasure to be able to present the awards and the medals for 2018. Awards and scholarships, prizes and medals are very much part of the Institute's ongoing commitment to encouraging and recognising educational excellence and professional achievement. We have a wide portfolio with opportunities for undergraduate students and cadets, postgraduate students, and marine professionals at differing stages in their career. And it's great tonight to have some of the winners and recipients here with us. First of all, it's my pleasure to present the Denny Medals, awarded each year to the best papers published in our great technical journals, the Journal of Marine Engineering Technology and the Journal of Operational Oceanography. We're delighted that some of this year's winners, as I said, are here to join us, and I'd first like to congratulate Rami El-Ghanedi, lead author for the paper Increasing Energy Efficiency in Passenger Ships by Novel Energy Conservation Measures. Rami, please come up to receive your medal. Next, I'd like to invite Manfred Bruckrothner, one of the authors for the paper, close to my heart, having spent 10 years in the oil spill business, Monitoring Oil Spill Hotspots, Contamination Probability Modelling and Assessment of Coastal Impacts in the Caspian Sea using Sentinel-1, Landsat-8, RadarSat, ENVISat, and the IMarEST satellite sensors. Manfred, please come up and receive your medal. IMarEST has introduced an award to be given to the Royal Navy rating, who's best demonstrated engineering excellence in an operational context. The first inaugural recipient of this prize, Petty Officer Adrian Culshaw, is with us this evening. And Adrian, please come up to receive your award. Now we turn to the IMarEST's Outstanding Contribution Awards. And the first of these is the Marine Ambassador Award, awarded to David Carter of the Merchant Navy and the Royal Navy Reserve. David, please come up. These are absolutely beautiful trophies, by the way, that each of them is handmade. The next is the Marine Education Award, sponsored by KVH Videotel, and is awarded to Sajid Hussain, Commandant of the Bangladesh Marine Academy. Sajid, please. Our final award in this category, the Outstanding Contribution Awards, is the Professional Development Award. And this is awarded to the Hong Kong Marine Department. This is an award very close to my heart in particular because I spent many years working for the Hong Kong Marine Department back in the early 1990s, so very fond memories there. And the Yung Ming Cheng is representing Hong Kong Marine Department here tonight. So please come up and receive the award. Our final award is very special. I'm not sure whether I'm the one that's most honoured to be presenting it or the recipient is the most honoured to be getting it, but I certainly feel very honoured to have the distinction of awarding an Honorary Fellowship, which is the highest distinction the Institute can confer. The recipient, Chris Hodge, has served the Institute in a variety of ways and roles over 30 years. Amongst those many roles, membership of the Professional Affairs and Education Committee, the Development Steering Group, and governance reviews on 2 occasions. He's been Editor-in-Chief of IMarEST Proceedings, Part B, for almost 20 years, Chair of the Proceedings Supervisory Board and the Technical Papers and Conferences Committee. In the more recent past, he has served the Institute both as President and Chair of the Board of Trustees. His time as board chair coincided with some key challenges for the Institute, and his leadership during this time was instrumental in enabling its transformation. He and Malcolm Vincent and Frank Mungo, both of whom have already been awarded honorary fellowships for their contribution to this work, were vital to improving the circumstances of the Institute, and it's fitting that all 3 have now been equally recognised. Therefore, it is my enormous pleasure to present the Honorary Fellowship of the Institute to Chris Hodge in recognition of both his long-standing, devoted and influential service to the Institute over many years and the key role he played in the revitalisation, modernisation and continuing success of the Institute.
After 2 years, didn't take long. Clearly, it's a huge honour to get appointed as an honorary fellow. I'm proud that I am, pleased that I share that with many others who I regard enormously well. Frank Mungo and Malcolm Vincent have been mentioned, but there are others, most of them here tonight actually. So it's a great group to be joining, and I'm very pleased to do it. My father was also an honorary fellow, and I'm pleased to be joining him. And finally, just thank you very much. And I think I'm looking forward to some time off, although I understand I've been manipulated into being on the membership committee for the next year. Thank you very much.
Finally, I would just like to thank our gold sponsors, Lloyd's Register, our supporting partner sponsor, Bureau Veritas, and our supporting sponsors, Bangladesh Marine Academy, GE, L&R Midland, MLA College, P&S Automation, and St Kitts and St Nevis International Ship Registry for their generous assistance in making tonight's event possible. Thank you very much. Lastly, on your tables, you'll find envelopes for a collection for the Guild of Benevolence. The Guild was set up in 1912 to help the families of the Titanic engineers, and it's the only charitable organisation still in operation that has a direct link to the Titanic. The fund still helps all certificated marine engineers, other institute members, and their dependents around the world today. We hope you'll be generous in your support for the Guild. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.